And today we have Andrea Hammer, who's been in the health and fitness industry for over 20 years. Andrea, take it away.
Well, first, Brian, thanks so much for having me on your show today. I'm really excited to be here. Like you said, I've been in the health and fitness industry for 20 years. I'm a certified fitness instructor, I'm a happy life coach, and a nutrition counselor, and I help all my students get in radiant health. And I call them students instead of clients, because clients is such a business term. Right. But we're all learning in this world how to be better, feel better, love our life better, and be a better person out in the world. So everyone is always learning, and that's why I call my clients actually students. It means so much more to me. It's more personal. And so when they come through my doors, everyone has something that's in them that wants to be happier and better. And that's the fun of the discovery for both of us when we're working.
And how do you usually find your clients?
They actually find me through word of mouth, through referrals, a little bit of advertising. But everyone that I have worked with has had some wonderful and amazing transformational results in their life. You know, either heartfelt, they feel more empowered, they feel stronger, they're thinner, they're healthier, they're more alive in who they are, and they're following their purpose now, that they go out and tell other people about me. So that's really great for me.
So when people come to you, do they come to you more for the coaching, for the fitness, or the nutrition?
A little of all of that, but as we get going, sometimes it seems to be more for the life coaching. Sometimes people are very stressed out about a lot of things that go on in their life with work and family and friends, and things are overwhelming to them, and I teach them how to find some peace inside, because according to my one of my gurus that I listen to, Marianne Williamson, she has this saying that says, everything we do is infused with the energy with which we do it. When we're frantic, our life is frantic. When we're peaceful, our life is peaceful. And so with that teaching, which is one of my favorite quotes from her, I help people find that peace within themselves. And when they do, then they can take it out into the crazy world. Right. I
also love Marianne Williamson, and I love what she talks about, that we don't have a fear of failure, but yet we have a fear of success.
Yes, our deepest
fear.
So
how do you help people be successful and feel so much better about themselves? How do you do that?
You know, when they come through my door, one of my favorite training techniques physically is the Bosu ball. It's the most tangible thing I can do for my students. When you have to learn to stand on this wobbly ball, it takes inner peace and quiet to really stand on it when people are frantic and they're all over the place. I love it when it's crazy, I really do, because the crazier they are, the more they have to quiet themselves. And when they do, which I teach them how to do that, and they come to this quiet place and they stand very nice on the ball, they go, oh, wow, how cool is that? And I said, see, yeah, that's fabulous. Who did that?
Right.
And they go, I did that. And I go, what did you do to do that? You calmed yourself. Your peaceful self made that be in control for you. And so when you physically have to do it and mindfully have to think of that, I said, this is just a metaphor for life out there, because life is stimulus coming at you all the time, and it's crazy, unbalanced. So I want you to be comfortable with chaos, is what I tell them. Really, I want them to be calm in the midst of all the things that come at you, because just like Marianne's saying, is your life is going to be calm because you'll handle it calmly. If you're frantic, you're going to handle it frantic, so it's even more crazy for you. So when it's really crazy on that ball, you know, and I hold them at first, obviously, for safety reasons. But when I let go and they're doing it by themselves and they're standing there strong and confident and balanced at the bottom and open and free and expanded at the top, they're amazed at themselves, because they never thought they can do that. Because when I first showed them this Bosu ball, they go, are you crazy? You're going to have me stand on that? I go, yes, don't worry. You're going to be fabulous at it.
So for those that are watching and never seen this ball, give a little visual experience of what that is. And basically, I know it's a stabilization ball, but what does it look like, so if somebody is really unfamiliar with it?
It has a black hard plastic surface at the top. It's circular, obviously. It's a half a ball, and the bottom half is filled with air. And Bosu means both sides up. And so on one side is a hard platform, which I get them to balance on. It's kind of like that toy, you know, where it has the log and those little, and you used to put the piece of wood across it. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, I guess I'm older than you. But it's like that. And then on other training levels, I turn it over and they jump up and down on the air side.
Okay.
So it's a really simple ball. It's a ball cut in half with a piece of plastic on it.
Okay.
And it really wobbles. And I have a specific training method that helps them learn to get on it. And I have 81-year-old man standing on that Bosu ball doing bicep curls.
That wasn't me, by the way.
No, I have pictures of him. He's amazing. I can get anyone on that ball. I should have brought it today. Next interview, I'll bring it for you and I'll get you on it.
So if someone's watching today and they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Email me at andrea@hammerhealthandfitness.com.
And are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am on Facebook, and I'm now redeveloping a new website, so you can always get to me on hammerhealthandfitness.com. It is in the works to be remodeled and redesigned, so give me a couple more weeks. But you can always email me.
In other words, give her a couple days, because we're going to kind of push her along a little bit.
I have a new great web designer that's helping me, so.
Very good. Mm-hmm. So before Andrea came on, I actually went to her place and met with her because I wanted to not only just interview someone who's been in health and fitness, but I really wanted to get to know the person inside. And one of the first things that I noticed was just how energetic you are. And the whole mind-body experience is not just, shall we say, going to the gym. It's a full spiritual experience.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit more about that whole mind-body-soul connection.
You know, that's the biggest part of my class and why I'm different from most trainers who just count your reps for you, because it's not about counting the reps and jumping up and down and running on the treadmill. Those are just methodologies for you to pay attention to how amazing and fabulous your body is, which is the vehicle you get to be running around here on this planet experiencing life in. So your soul, your spirit, your life force. Oh, yes. Me too. So do I. But your soul has this home called the human body, and that's the disconnect I find in most people, that they aren't aware of this life force that makes them be vibrant and happy and healthy and running around. They're stuck in this mindset of only how they're in their box, this human box. And that's the work I do to help them be connected with that. So I take physical experience, which is tangible, and I connect it with a mindful process that brings them to the life force that's really who they are. You know, I speak to the sparkles. I tell them that. Remember, I was discussing the whole Star Trek thing with you as an analogy. You know, beam me up, Scotty, and then be in the twinkles, and beam me back down, and then be back in their body and stuff. But really, your life force is really who you are, and everything that's alive has a life force in it. And that's what you really are. And everything is just in the box it got to be here on this planet. And we get to experience all the wonder and beauty and grace and love and joy that's out there, because we have this really cool piece of machinery called the human body that lets us do that. But if it's sick or broken or tired or doesn't work good, then you don't want to do that. Ugh, I don't want to because I don't feel good. Well, you don't feel good? Let me help you with that, right?
One of the things I notice about going to the gym is that everybody that's at the gym is in shape.
No, not in my gym.
But that's what I mean.
But they're trying to get in shape, yeah.
Is that it can be intimidating for someone to go to a gym when everybody looks...
Yes, the muscle heads are there.
Correct.
And they're like skimpy tank tops and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It is intimidating, and then you're like so afraid to work out next to them, so you feel really... shaky and nervous, and then you don't know what to do with all the equipment. But when they come see me, it's one-on-one, it's private, they feel more comfortable, they're more open with their thoughts and their feelings, and it's much more personal for them to be able to allow those walls to break down in the privacy of my gym where no one else is watching them. And in that moment of discovery, and their confidence comes higher and higher out, then they feel better, and then they can go to a gym and continue on with some of the training methods I've given them. But most people are too self-conscious to go to a gym and do that. And plus, many times they don't know how to use the equipment properly, they don't have correct posture, balance, alignment, breathing, so they're already in a difficult state where they might injure themselves just because they don't have foundational training. And that is the number one safety factor that I have in my classes. I make sure that they understand those foundational practices of balance and posture and breathing. Because if you're out of alignment and then you start putting weight and resistance on it, then you're just going to further injure yourself.
Right.
That's not allowed in my class. You know?
So fitness-wise, someone hasn't been physically active, say, for 10, 20, maybe even 30 years.
Yeah.
What kind of tip could you give this person?
Go slow.
Okay.
Start a little bit each day. Just do one thing better today than you did yesterday, and one less bad thing today than you did yesterday.
Okay.
If you've never been outside, just go for a walk. Just walk. Walk at your regular pace, but hold yourself up nice and tall. Have your toes, knees, hips, and shoulders in alignment so you're not walking like a duck, right? Have your nose, chin, and sternum in alignment. That's the best way that you can start walking properly. And then just walk a couple of mailboxes. If you feel like going a little faster, walk a little faster between two. If you can do 10 minutes every day to start, that's great. And then you just build from there. You build up the frequency, the duration. Then when you feel a little bit stronger, you can start adding a little bit of weight resistance. And then I have a host of really great, crazy exercises I do after that as you get a little higher. But for someone who's not exercised in 30 years, first I would like a complete health analysis from their physician and make sure that they're ready to work out and they have a clear. If they have any things I need to know, that's very, very important to me. Heart issues or muscular or skeletal issues. And then from there, I specifically program exactly what is good for them and happy for them. I want them to love it. I want them to enjoy it. I want it to be so easy they cannot fail. Right. And they want to do more, and they are so excited about it. And I tell them, when you come through my doors, no dissing yourself. We start at happy, we go to elation, we love ourselves, we find our grace and our gift that's given to us. Because everybody has some special thing in them. Everybody, I don't care who you are, it's in there. Might have to dig a little deeper in some people, but it's there, and that's my job, to uncover that and let you see that about yourself, because you just forgot you had it.
Let's talk about coaching for a little bit.
Yes.
People that are watching, you may be anywhere in the world. Can you coach someone who is, shall we say, in another country?
Sure. Should we Skype them?
Absolutely.
Skype them, video conferencing. Sure. Love to help them out.
So what would a first coaching session with Andrea look like?
Well, first, after a whole assessment of their health and their needs and their goals, we'd sit down and see exactly what makes them happy. And I say, what's your happy in your life? I really want to know that, because everyone has this place that lights them up. And so I say, tell me when you felt the most fabulous, terrific, sexy, hot, your best self that you ever were. Right? And then I go make them find that picture of themselves, and I make them copy it 10 times. Because as soon as they tell me what they were doing when they took that picture, you should see their face. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and they have explicit details. And I said, that person is still in you. You just forgot. So let's go dig that person back up. And as soon as I tell them, they go, yeah, I do. I have that in me. And then that's the start of them. Then they're willing to go to.
How did you find your happy place?
Oh, I've got a lot of happy places. I love the world. My happy place is my family. I'm married for 31 years to a wonderful, wonderful man, and I have 2 beautiful children. And I live a very lovely, grateful, thank you life. So that's my biggest happy. But helping people find their happy is my happy. I can't not. I talk too much. But I just really, my heart wants to help them. My heart wants to help them. That's my happy.
Do you have a story of someone who came to you and was just really nervous and just overcame unsurmountable odds and now is just living such a beautiful, happy life?
Lots of people, yes. But one in particular, a gentleman who had been in Vietnam when he was a young man and was having some thoughts and memories still going on in his later years, and he was 60 years old and about 300 pounds, 292 when we started, and came up to look at little me, and he's this big guy and says, what do you think you can do for me? I've been through all this, and he listed all the different methodologies and people that have been there, and no one's helped me, so what do you think you can do? And I said, you know what, just hang out with me a little bit. Let's just go for a walk and talk. And slowly we became very trusting of each other. It was very hard for him at first. And then slowly things started opening up, and we started walking a mailbox, running a mailbox, walking a mailbox, running a mailbox, because he couldn't run from the front door to the mailbox. And now he is running 6-7 miles. He is shredded. He's down to 170 pounds. He looks awesome. His wife is so happy with me. And I adore him. He's so endearing to my heart. He worked a whole year, a little at a time, a couple times a week. He did all the homework assignments I gave him. And he loves his life. And I'm so grateful. And he always says to me how grateful he is. But really, I was grateful. It was a wonderful experience and learning opportunity for me to really be a part of someone's life like that and to see that change. And I was very grateful that I could provide that opportunity for him to see his best self come out.
That's a beautiful story.
Seen in a long time. Yeah, and I have pictures of it too. I'll post them on my Facebook page and on my website for everyone to see. He was amazing.
So again, share your website and your Facebook page.
Andrea at Hammer Health and Fitness is my email. My Facebook page is Hammer Health and Fitness. And my website is hammerhealthandfitness.com.
Tell us about the tree outside your house.
Oh, my willow tree. She's my peace tree. You know, life forces in everything, right? I have training mats, and some people are very, very kind of stressed out. So I take them outside on the side of my house, which is this lovely side yard. And there's this magnificent willow tree there. And she has beautiful archy arms and branches. And when we lay down underneath and look up and the sun comes through and the wind blows, you immediately have this sense of peace and calm when she wraps her arms around you. It's kind of that feeling. And most people think that I need a butterfly net when I explain that. But slowly they come to see and feel the life force of this tree. And really, we do have a symbiotic relationship with trees. You know, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and they breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen for us. So really, it is an exchange of a life force. If you look at the trunk and the branches and the leaves, it looks just like our trachea and our brachial tubes and the alveoli, which are air sacs. So really, we are breathing with each other. We are helping each other sustain our lives. And when I explain that to somebody, they're like, wow, it's kind of a crazy notion. And I said, you know, just mull it around in your head a little while. See how that feels. And then they're like,
You made an incredible power smoothie for me while I was at your house.
Yeah, was that yummy?
So tell me a little about your approach to nutrition.
If you can yank it out of the ground and wash it off and eat it, that's it. I try to make it so simple for my students. No chemicals. I don't care about the calories, really. I care about the chemicals. The chemicals do not belong in your body, and your body will manufacture a fat cell on purpose to gobble those up so they don't invade your 60,000 miles of blood vessels. And that's what your body does to protect you. It kind of gives you a big butt to save your butt. I know that's a funny way to say that, but it's really true. And as soon as you stop putting these toxic chemicals in you, the fat cells go, see, we don't need to be here anymore, and they really just slough off. But then you go back to your poor eating habits and ways, and they go, see, we never should have left. And they come back, you know, twice as thick and twice as reluctant to ever leave you again. And it's a little bit difficult to do that yo-yoing thing. So when I work with my students about nutrition, I make them Google all these ingredients. Go, look this up, see what this means, and then see how it metabolizes in your body. And then you decide if you want to eat that, if you want that in you. Because when they see it and learn it, and they know what this does in cancer-causing or disease-causing type of a response, they're like, ooh, gross. You know, and then they don't want it anymore, as opposed to when you tell somebody to be on a diet, which I never use that word diet. Most people die from their diet. If you ate a healthy diet, you wouldn't need to be on one. And so when I tell them to research these things, and they don't want it anymore, it doesn't call to them in the grocery store. So there's no resentment, because you know when you're on a diet and you can't eat this, and it's like a 2-month thing, and they go, I can't have that, I'm on a diet. There's this negative energy about that. It's a sadness, I can't have it. And that energy is so defeating in and of itself. So I don't allow for that in my program. I don't. I tell people, just start adding good stuff in a little bit more each day. And then their taste buds change, their health changes. And then when they read all the chemicals that they've been eating and they don't want it anymore, it's gone. And that's what frees them. And then they want to do better, and they want to eat more live, healthy, revitalizing foods. And then when they do, the healthier they get, the better they feel, and you know, the roof blows off. They're great. Such a great, great, great feeling.
That is beautiful, and thank you for sharing that with us. You don't use reps. You don't use the word diet. What other things make you truly unique in your program?
Wow. You know, I'm a very hands-on person with them, and sometimes somebody just needs a hug. Really, they just need a hug. They just need to know that they're loved and appreciated. because really human nature, really, you might say you don't, but truly we all do. And so when you really look at somebody and hear their story and feel what's in their heart, and you can easily help them and share something positive about themselves that they don't see, that's such a wonderful feeling to them that somebody cares. Like when people come in and they don't know anything, that's okay for me. And sometimes, when someone really unfit comes in the door, I can see them all carved up. I can see them that way kind of already. And so to believe in them when they don't believe in themselves, that's their boost. I go, you can. You have every ability, every means to do this. I want you to live because it's a happy, wonderful thing, not work out and do this so you don't die. That's terrible. None of that negative energy stuff. I want you to do this because life is fabulous and so are you, and let's just go get that fabulous person and bring them out. And they all look at me and go, okay, come on in.
How can you not be energetic around you?
I'm in part of a networking group that meets Wednesday mornings, and I'm like the first person up, and I'm the captain of the health and wellness team, and I'm like, everybody up, let's go, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like this. I'm like, jumping jacks, ready to begin, and they laugh. But, you can't not. The sun comes up every day, and it's bright and beautiful, and if you go outside and look at it, it's spectacular. And you get to see that beautiful painting every morning and every evening. The show is free. Invite friends. It's gorgeous. And if you sit there for a minute and breathe that day in, it's beautiful. And it starts your day off happy. How can it not? And even when it's raining, the sun is still there behind the clouds. And you just got to know that. It's there.
And please tell us once again your website, how to contact you, and the best way to reach you.
Email me. I love emails. Andrea at hammerhealthandfitness.com. My website, hammerhealthandfitness.com. And on Facebook, Andrea Hammer Health and Fitness. Just like me on Facebook. Come see me.
So if there's one thing you can tell someone out there who has been watching all through the show, one thing you can tell them that is the most important thing for them to know right now, what would it be?
That you are special and wonderful and have this gift, and it is your job to figure out what that is, yum it up, and give it out to the world, and you need a healthy body to do that. So take care of it so it feels well, so you want to go out and shine your shine in the world. Everybody's got it. You go give it. And it'll bring you great joy and happiness. Truly it will. Because it's done that for me in my life. And ta-da! I'm a living example of it. I live what I teach.
Well, and I love that about you. And I just want to thank you for being on the show today. And this is Andrea Hammer. I am Brian Hayes. And this is Out of the Haze with Brian Hayes.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian. That was great.